Take a moment to find your breath as we allow ourselves to be presently rooted in the vision of Heart and Soul Center of Light. We recited together in community. We are a loving and compassionate, world-class teaching and empowerment ministry. Through a consciousness of universal God presence, we release all resistance, separation, and fear. We claim our personal liberation and accept the eternal availability of joy, love, and abundance. Through our intention to be love and spread joy, we engender reflections of the same and more in others. Our ministry is a gift to the world, which expands through our practice and dedication. We welcome all people, and together we make a quantifiable, positive difference on the planet. And so it is. And so now, family, I invite you just to be still, to allow yourself to be fully present and available to this moment, putting down everything that happened before this moment and giving no concern to anything that has to happen after this moment. Simply be here now. As we touch and agree and remember to remember that God is all there is. That the same force that kept us while we slept and woke us this morning, the force that brought the lightning and the rain, the force that turns this planet in its orbit, God. And it beats our hearts and it circulates our blood. It allows us to be here. Our breath is evidence of God's love. We are one with the infinite perfection of the entire universe. I know this. I trust this. I rest, rule, and abide in it. My faith in the infinite is unwavering. And so it is from this place of knowing that I, Sonia, speak my word on behalf of my beloved Heart and Soul Center of Light community. Knowing, trusting, and giving thanks in advance for our heart's desires being made manifest. That our lives continue to grow and expand. That we see ourselves as love. That we spread love freely and generously. That our hearts and our minds are open to being transformed in every moment. That we know the goodness of the infinite is present in us, as us, through us. And moment to moment and breath to breath, we get to choose love. We get to choose joy. We get to choose compassion. I am grateful. I am grateful for the space that Heart and Soul Center of Light has created for all of us to be our most powerful, our most vulnerable, our most unapologetically loving selves. I am grateful for every heart and every hand that supports this ministry. I am grateful for our beloved Reverend Andriette saying, yes, I am grateful for the good sense to be grateful this day and every day. And so it is in perfect gratitude that I simply release this word into the law. I know that it is done. I accept it and expect it as so, now and forever. And so it is.
Good morning, Heart and Soul. So those were Stevie Wonder's lyrics, as you know, as interpreted or as styled by Berkelee School of Music. And we have just a beautiful connection with Berkelee School of College of Music in Boston because my nephew attends there. But regardless, I think there is each of you would say that that was a beautiful rendition. I love that they emphasized the last line before it's gone too far. Some of y'all would say, well, that's already too late because it's already gone way too far. However, we've said that before because I think you understand how what I mean when I say that the bar continues to be raised so that what was too far year before last has become the norm. What appears to be the norm now and has gone too far as that it will year after next will be like that wasn't nothing unless we make the changes required. So every week, well, frankly, all the time, I haven't interpreted my job on behalf of my responsibility on behalf of Heart and Soul Center of Light is to weave a spiritual tapestry that supports us or ensures that we are always in our intention to be a loving and compassionate, world-class teaching and empowerment ministry. So we will go to absolutely any extent to fulfill that intention. And so this morning we've begun with the song, with Love's in Need of Love Today, where Stevie Wonder cautions us or calls us into an awareness that we must take precautionary measures. So today is that day where I am calling us out and into fulfilling our responsibility for taking precautionary measures. If love and peace, he sings and writes, is what you treasure, then don't delay. Send yours in right away. Now, here's my sense about that it's going to be impossible to send yours in, your love in right away, which I interpret to mean actualize that thing. Be about the love that you are. Sending it in right away would be putting love on everything. And what I love is that this is an election year, so you're going to get lots of practice of putting love on everything, sending yours in right away. This is not a wait for them, and as soon as they show their love, then I'm going to expose my love. This is send yours in right away. You lead the charge in loving. Here's the deal. You know, in summer school, which is certainly evidence and proof that we will go to any length whatsoever. This, our 11th year of summer school, we have pretty much done everything we could possibly think of to offer opportunities for transformation and the resources and the engagement in a way that each and every one of us could up-level our life game. So here I want you to be aware of some of what we're doing in summer school, which is using our text for summer school is Shortcut to a Miracle, in which we find this idea, focus on the outcome and the feeling of the outcome rather than on how long it's taking for you to experience the outcome. And I wanted to begin with this, at least begin my message, because in truth, I already set you up reminding you that miracles come about because of consciousness. I know you'd like the miracle and not you change, but this ain't what this is. Your miracle, your life transforming requires that you transform your mind, transform your thinking, transform your belief system, because here's the thing, and I'm inclined to say, unfortunately, to the ones who are hanging on to the pain and the resentment and the anger and the rage, etc., what we need to know is that we have the life experience we have because it is the outpicturing, the physical manifestation of how we are thinking and being and believing. So if we're believing anger, resentment, and rage, then what we get are all of the life experiences that confirm that you were right about that. So this notion of focusing on the outcome. What does Stevie Wonder say? If it's love and peace you treasure, then focus on that. Focus on love and peace, and don't worry about how long it's taking. Why? This is what I really came to say to you, because you got stuff to do in the meantime. It's not like, come on now, I know we believe we are ready for it. If we were the mental, emotional, and spiritual equivalent to love and peace, we would be living in love and peace. So if you have a vision that extends beyond what is currently your experience, then you have stuff to be doing. Your mind changing, the transformation of your thinking and your actions, your belief systems, all of that is what you are called to be engaged in. So this notion of the time between now when I first pray it, when I first declare it, when I open myself to it, and how long it takes is exactly how long it takes you to be the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual equivalent to whatever it is that you are envisioning for yourself. So here's the thing. Forgiveness is a huge part of how we gonna feel the time. I know you had another plan of attack for this, but I'm here to tell you forgiveness is how we are going to fill the time between the prayer and vision, the coming to clarity around that, and when it manifests. Because in a way, Beverly Flanagan offers us this, in a way, forgiving is only for the brave. So we have work to do to increase our courage, our boldness, so that we can step to this with bravery. It is for those people who are willing to confront their pain, to accept themselves as permanently changed, and to make difficult choices. I told you we got enough to keep you busy. You don't have to worry about, but where is my vision? Where's my dream? You are busy transforming yourself so that you can live in it. Countless individuals, she says, are satisfied to go on resenting and hating people who wrong them. They stew in their own inner poisons and even contaminate those around them. This is why I say we got work to do, because we kind of messing up the whole cha-cha with our holding on to our anger and our rage and our resentments. Not only is it affecting us individually at the cellular level, but it's also contaminating other people. We are in a pandemic of systemic racism, certainly COVID-19, and I'm going to say our own resistance to be our best, our greatest yet to be. I hope that makes sense for you. She offers us, by contrast, that forgivers, on the other hand, are not content to stay stuck in a quagmire. They reject the possibility that the rest of their lives will be determined by the unjust and injurious acts of another person. My sense is that each and every one of us knows somebody that we have said to them, how could you forgive them? Why are you acting like, don't you remember what they did and how they did it to you? And they are determined, the ones we are coaching, to hold on to their resentment. We're trying to remind them to not be forgiving. Don't give up so soon. We tell them that's the same one who did thus and such or said thus and such. But those folks know that they don't want to live holding on to that they have life to do, places to be, energetic expressions to manifest into. Here's the deal. Forgiveness is the answer. And you know, we are known for saying regardless of the question. whatever it is that was asked, forgiveness. Let's try that. Let's put some forgiveness on it. We can do, and this is a thing I'm going to suggest that Heart and Soul, with all of our, because now we have special effects, y'all. You know, I've been waiting on the special effects. We got some special effects now. And I think we ought to put together the forgiveness infomercial. You know, it cooks, it up and down and around and through. It just forgiveness. Apply it on everything. It cleans it out in the bathroom. It'll do the kitchen and the bedroom for real, huh? It'll clean up everything in the schoolhouse, in the church house. It just apply it everywhere. Can y'all begin to see the kind of infomercial we could put together for forgiveness? It is also the answer to letting go of resentment as well. Letting go of hurts from the past. Oh, and self-forgiveness. Oh, that's another thing, because there we let go of guilt and blame and self-flagellation around the past and even the present. Oh, I'm working on the infomercial even as we speak. But look, there's an old Chinese proverb that reminds us that the one who cannot forgive others, that one breaks the bridge over which she herself must pass if she would reach heaven. For everyone has need to be forgiven. Now I'm going to tie this into how we began this conversation weeks ago with Revelations 21:1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, and then ultimately the old earth was passed away and the new earth was revealed. That's what we're talking about. If you would reach the new heaven, the new idea, the vision, what did Stevie say? If love and peace you treasure, that's the new heaven. If love and peace you treasure, the new heaven is love and peace. And the old earth would pass away, the one where, see, we're no longer envisioning what we already have. I mean, I'm just giving you a kind of cut to the chase bottom line. Nobody spends time praying for what they already have, dreaming about what they already have. This is why Stevie's words are so important. If love and peace is what you treasure, if it's what you're dreaming about, what you're envisioning, what you're praying about, what you're journaling about, what your spiritual practice is engaged in calling forth, then you're going to have to do something to call forth that new heaven on which you're focused in order to have the old earth fade away, so that you have a manifestation that is absolutely aligned and a perfect reflection of the love and the peace that you treasure. I'm trying to say something, y'all. Here's the thing. This is really important because whatever we focus on increases. So if we're focused on the past and ain't it awful and what that one did and what the systems do. Now, this is not to say do not be aware. It's what are you harping on? Are you harping on the young folks who are making a difference? Are you harping on the movements that seem to be inching forward or springing ahead? Or are you harping on how awful it's been and how terrible it is for you? Because whatever it is you focus on is what increases. We could decide that August is the point at which we prove that. Where we decide, because some of y'all are not on the same page. You're not even at a level of believing that what you focus on is what increases. You think it's some other formula. But I'm suggesting that we might use just the rest of August. That's not even a lot of time. Where you decide to prove or disprove by focusing your attention on a higher vibration, on a new heaven, and see if a new earth doesn't manifest for you. It's the law. Joan Boranchenko says this: forgiveness entails the authentic acceptance of our own worthiness. See, this is why this August game is important. Because kind of hidden in here is you will only accept this challenge to focus on what really matters if you believe that you matter and that you can make a difference. See, it's like putting things in their proper order. Otherwise, you'll say, it ain't gonna matter what I do. It's not gonna matter what I think because the system, it's our collective thought that has us in our current circumstances. So part of this is your authentic acceptance of your own worthiness as a human being. And the understanding that mistakes are opportunities for growth, awareness, and the cultivation of compassion. Come on now. This new heaven has to have, you got to be different to be in it. And I'm not talking about a heaven beyond. I'm talking about the manifested experience of what? Love and peace. How you going to be in it if you're not loving or peaceful? So you have work to do. We all have work to do so that we are loving and peaceful. Now, there's something that my consciousness is just telling me to tell you. I'm not saying that you are transforming yourself into a doorstep. Sometimes we go that far. If I'm loving and peaceful, it means I will no longer, no, you'll still tell the truth. If you were ever telling the truth. This won't stop you from that. This will not stop you from speaking truth to power. You'll just be doing it from a consciousness of love and peace. I love you enough, as James Baldwin says, that I'm going to tell you the truth about you, United States of America. If I didn't care, I'm not going around the world. I'm not telling Poland about themselves. I'm not telling China about themselves. I am right here in the USA saying, look, USA, this ain't right. And I'm only paying attention and saying it because I care, because I intend to be here. All of this is about realizing the extension of love to ourselves and others. And understanding that this is the glue, this love of ourselves and others is the glue that holds the universe together. This is why we can see it falling apart, because it is absent our love for self and others. Forgiveness is not a set of behaviors. It's an attitude. It's an attitude. That's consistent with what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has said. Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It's not how you're acting out here. It's a constant and consistent attitude. I love this quote, and this is why I wanted to stick this right in here. Let's get one thing straight. Forgiving is not something you do for somebody else. It's not even something you do because you should do it. You know, shooting on yourself in that way, according to the standards of religious belief or human decency. Instead, forgiving is something you do for yourself. It is one way of becoming the person you were created to be. And in so doing, you are fulfilling the divine, the living one's dream for you, and the only way to true wholeness and happiness. The truth is, you need to forgive so that you can move forward. You see, absent forgiveness, picture it like this. This journey we're talking about to love and peace as our life experience. See, you got your little bag. I heard my grandmother say my grip. So you got your grip. And in it is whatever you think you need for the journey. But if we were to just take a look at it. So you coming through TSA with this. I'm getting a little carried away, I know. So you're coming through and they want to open the bag. So what's in your bag? Have you taken some of the past? Do you have some past resentments in there that you think are going to keep you from getting hurt? You got a little anger tucked away in the side, and a little baggie on the side? Do you have some guilt and some shame in there as well? What's in your bag? Here's the deal. In that moment, this is part of our infomercial for forgiveness. When we put the forgiveness in, it kind of cleans it out. It gives you some space. Now this is going to tell you who I really am, because wherever you get to where you're going to want to bring some more stuff home. So you're going to need something you're going to need some space in your bag. Because who leaves home with a bag so packed that they can't bring nothing back with them? Don't you want to bring something back from the new heaven and the new earth? Do you really want to just be packed to the rafters, to the fullness with whatever you already have? The idea here is that if you create some space in the forgiveness process, create some space in you for something else to happen. Because absent that, it's the programs that are running. That happens, I immediately. You say that, I immediately. I think you didn't do that, I immediately. I'm in the program, I'm in my pattern of reaction and being triggered and my buttons being pushed. Buttons that I installed, mind you. But all of that, I'm at the effect of it rather than once I have forgiven, something else can happen. Here's the thing I need to tell y'all, that for all of our praying and singing along and affirming and visioning and dreaming, absent forgiveness, you're not the one who can even have that as your experience. Because there's not space in you, in your mind and in your psyche and your consciousness that can live in the situation, in the circumstances for which you are praying. All life is by right of consciousness. And as painful as it is to realize that the lives we're living now are evidence of our current consciousness. So we need to forgive so that we can move forward in life, that's for sure. An unforgiven injury binds us to time and place that somebody else has chosen. Now, some of us got just enough ego that we're like, oh, I'm not doing that. But I don't really care how you come to forgiveness. You can come with your ego just like, oh, that's what got me in. It's because what? I'm going to be at the effect of him or her or them? Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. Because we're not willing to be trapped in a past with those old feelings. And you got to know that trained thought is always more powerful than untrained thought. So what we're talking about here, me in my own way, I'm trying to encourage us to train our thinking so that this new heaven, this new earth, this love and peace that we're treasuring, that's what we focus on, that we train ourselves to see that and expect that. Rather than being the queen and king of worst case scenarios. Oh, I know, such and such is up. When an opportunity comes and you're in this, I said to a friend recently, because I was holding just a little energy, that I was in this I was in a tender place, because here's the thing, I'm working on a miracle. I'm working on a specific miracle, and I got my own little fears and doubts about it because I've not had that. And so I'm working on it and shared with a friend a piece of it. And the friend said, well, this is what's going to happen. And my little feelings were hurt because I hadn't built my boldness to a point where I was able to not even consider that as a possibility. So that kind of pricked my balloon of desire and hope and expectation, because now my expectation was infected by that idea. But you see, that's on me. That's not on my friend. What I realized was, oh, you got to go back to the drawing board. You're going to have to start again because you came out into the world like you were ready. Like you could, like whatever. So I can share with you this part, but it was a pop quiz kind of moment, and I didn't get the score I expected on the pop quiz. What do? You go back and study. If you got good sense, you go back and study. So I had to go back and study. I thought I'd already done that part. But trained thought is more powerful than untrained thought. And what I found was that my thought was not at the level that I thought it was. Because just that comment was enough to have me go, no, I don't want that to be so. But I realized there was something in me. See, otherwise I would have laughed. But it wasn't funny in that moment. Because I thought, oh, that could be true. Oh, it's probably true because that person knows something about this and I didn't want. But I had to go back and train my thought on my expectation. If love and peace is what you treasure, then that's what you got to be focused on. I'm bringing it home now, y'all. Forgiveness is the only way to break the cycle of blame and pain in a relationship. And it's all relationships, by the way. It does not settle all questions of blame and justice and fairness, but it does allow relationships to start over. And most often, that's what we need. Here's the thing. It is not our capacity to think that makes us different, but our capacity to rethink and to forgive. Y'all know that repent, that's what it means. It means to rethink. So I know you got some thoughts about how it went, but hold up. Let's consider some other possibilities. Maybe, you know how we often say, no, they knew what they were doing. But hold up. What if they didn't know? What if they didn't know? Just like all the times you did thus and such and you didn't know. So the capacity to repent, to rethink it, and to forgive, which is equivalent to letting it go. Letting it go so that it's not an active program in your mind. It doesn't mean you forget. It simply means you no longer are allowing the nightmare to play during your waking hours. You're no longer willing to relive the pain, the shame, the guilt, moment by moment. You see, your miracle-making attitude is actually the beginning of the miracle itself. What you do with your mind, all miracles begin in consciousness. And unfortunately, we haven't been taught this. We act like miracles are outside of us, and we're just hoping that one will pass us by. I'm just hoping that a little miracle will get on me or that I'm lucky enough to have. No, baby. It's by right of consciousness that you change your mind in such a way that you set up an expectancy, that you begin to vibrate at the same level rate of that expectancy, so that you're the mental, you're the emotional, meaning that your thinking matches it, meaning that the way that you're feeling and acting matches it, and at the physical level that you are available to it, that you could contain it in your life. Your miracle-making attitude is actually you. How you are feeling, being, responding is really the beginning of the miracle. That's how you seed it. But here's the thing. Well, here's another thing. forgiving does not erase the bitter past. And that's a good thing, because we don't want to forget. We just want to act right, even knowing that that's what happened. Yes, that happened. It never should have happened, or what, however it is we say it. But it did. And we're not asking that you forget that. We're suggesting that you heal the memory of it. And that's not deleting the memory. You remember I had the eternal sunshine of a spotless mind. We're not doing that. We're not trying to find a place where you can go to erase that memory and act like you weren't there and it didn't happen. It did. And part of that has made you who you are today. And what you're doing now is a reclamation program. You're reclaiming who you are. And in so doing, you're saying that gave me something, even if it gave me nothing more than the resolve to forgive right now and open my life to the greatest possibilities. It's not about forgiving it is really about forgiving even what we cannot forget. We are creating a new way to remember. Ask me how I know. It's a new way to remember. It did happen. You were there. You were involved in it in whatever way it was. And now your telling of it is different. For many, it will be the how I got over story rather than the how I was victimized. Same story, different vantage point. We change the memory of our past into a hope, a dream, a treasure for our future. The bottom line here is to stay focused on what you want and to see yourself shifting in the ways required. You know, when I think about how we describe the chrysalis process, that no one knows, but I want to anthropomorphize the caterpillar in human ways, and so I'm thinking that the caterpillar is looking up there like, I want to fly like that butterfly. I would love to be that pretty, but we know that there's no way for that caterpillar to fly and to have the beautiful colored wings without giving up how it has been. Without being in the cocoon. This is the invitation. So we stay focused on what we want while we simultaneously are transforming ourselves into love warriors. Lisa Forkish, one of our Heart and Soul members, wrote a song, Love Warrior, and part of the lyric says, in my bones, in my gut, I know we can heal this. In my bones, in my guts, I know I can heal this. Say that with me. In my bones, in my gut, I know I can heal this. She says in the lyric, you were born to be a love warrior. So now the treat is to experience Lisa Forkish's Love Warrior. Thank you, Heart and Soul.
Yes, indeed. I am claiming we are all love warriors. And thank you, Reverend Andriette, for calling us out and into our responsibility for taking precautionary measures for love and peace. We are leading the charge in loving, focusing on love and peace in order to help bring about a world that works for everyone. And we're inviting you to join us in this vision of a new heaven and new earth by financially supporting Heart and Soul Center of Light. We have many ways in which you can give your gift to Heart and Soul, beginning with mailing a check to Heart and Soul Center of Light, 1001 42nd Street, Suite 100, Oakland, California, 94609. You can also give online at heartsoulcenter.org/give, setting up your gift as a recurrent gift that gives automatically at the timing of your choosing, or even just setting up a one-time gift. You can also text the word GIVE to 510-500-5849. This is my favorite way of giving. It's available round the clock. But whatever way you choose to give is right and perfect. It's also important that we keep right consciousness about blessing our good before it is even given, thereby establishing our intention for good that our gift will do in the world. So wherever you are in the world right now, I invite you to take your gift in hand, and otherwise to just place your hand over your heart and let us say our blessing together. I bless this gift as healing energy and send it into the divine flow of all good. Infinite prosperity circulates through me, through my church, and throughout the world, because I know God as source. And so it is.
Thank you, family. I am reminding you that our Year of Miracles kicks off tomorrow with our practitioners as we take a deep dive into Marianne Williamson's A Year of Miracles, which is our daily read. 6:30 p.m. Pacific time is when that session starts. You can sign up at heartsoulcenter.org/RSCP Year of Miracles. This is the last week of summer school. Don't miss out. It's never too late to get in on a miracle. We start at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. You do indeed still need to register to get the information of how to participate. Tammy Hall is live via Facebook on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific. We want to make sure to support our sister. She is a virtuoso. It is a great way to spend a Thursday. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and via podcast, our Reverend Andriette has our weekly vlog, our Point of Power. We want to make sure that you're liking it, sharing it, watching it most specifically, and allowing yourself to be supported with a little pop of inspiration for your week. Adult Education is presenting the Essential Ernest Holmes class. This class is based upon the Science of Mind's Declaration of Principles, also called What We Believe. This class is 10 Thursdays beginning September 17th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. The textbook is available online. The tuition is $295, and the class is being taught by our beloved Reverend Jack Elliott. You can register for this class at heartsoulcenter.org/essential Ernest, and there is indeed a discount if you are a member of Heart and Soul Center of Light. And are you thinking about becoming a member? You absolutely should, because membership has its privileges. Join our virtual Path to Membership experience on Saturday, September 26th from 9 to 3:30 Pacific time. You can register at heartsoulcenter.org/become a member. We are also wanting to make sure you remember to support Marcus Bookstores, the country's oldest independently owned Black bookstore in the country, by visiting their GoFundMe to support their 60th anniversary fundraiser. And we invite you to support Kingston 11 Jamaican cuisine. You can pick up there. Kingston11eats.com is where you can get more information. Our teens are meeting on Sundays at 11:30. You can send a request to participate to the Pulse at heartsoulcenter.org. Our Youth and Family Village is actually doing some asynchronous learning. Presently, visit heartsoulcenter.org/watch YFV. And then make sure you send some feedback about the sorts of things that you would like for your kids to be engaged in to yfv@heartsoulcenter.org. I want to remind you that immediately following service, by about 10 minutes, we'll have some group prayer available because prayer works. We also offer that prayer Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Pacific time. And Imagining Justice is reminding you to vote, envision, empower, and protect that vote. We're making sure that you're checking your status. If you're not registered, you're registering, and that you're staying informed about key voting information, and that you vote. Be an educated voter and vote responsibly. And this has me, at this time, I'd like to welcome back our beloved Reverend Andriette.
Thank you, Sonia. And thank you, Lisa Forkish, as well. That love warrior is so empowering, and my prayer is that we take it with us today. I want to just give shout-outs and thanksgiving for being with us from Harrisburg, North Carolina, Denver, Colorado, San Jose, Costa Rica, Jackson, Mississippi, Jaco, Costa Rica, Boston, Jersey City, New Jersey, Reno, Nevada, certainly the Oakland and the surrounding Bay Area, including Sacramento and Auburn, California, Los Angeles, Baton Rouge, and Maui. Can I just say thank you from being in Maui that you found time from the sun and beach? Because that's all I know about Maui. It's a favorite spot, but let me just tell you, even I would be hard pressed. So I am grateful that you are here. And I just want I should tell you that our closing video is by Naturally 7, an a cappella group that is phenomenal. And so stay for our closing video. And right now, just join me in prayer. I am going to start our prayer time here from Marianne Williamson's A Year of Miracles for today, which is the 229th day of the year 2020, where she entitles it, May I Hear the Voice of Love Today. And she says, may I hear the voice of love today above the voice of ego. May my thoughts be illumined by forgiveness. And I just want to take this notion of our thoughts being illumined by forgiveness and fold in our deservability prayer, that we might begin by recognizing that there is one life and recognizing that it is the life of the living one, the strong one, the divine, the all in all, God by any name whatsoever. It really is less about the name and more about the relationship. Father, Mother, God, living one, strong one, divine. I know, and I know that I know that the life of the divine is living me, and that I am living the life of the divine, and that this is true for absolutely all of us. All of life is living the life of the divine, and the divine is living the life of each of all life, all sentient beings, all life. And knowing that, I release and let go any and all limitation held by my parents, my ancestors, my friends, my family. I love them, I bless them, and I go beyond their negative opinions and limiting beliefs. I am not bound by any of the fears or prejudices of the current society I live in. I no longer identify with limitations of any kind. In my mind, I have total freedom. I now move into a new space of consciousness where I am willing to see myself differently. I am willing to create new thoughts about myself and about my life. My new thinking becomes my new experience. It's love and peace that I treasure. that I love and that I bring into my way of being, I know now and affirm that I am one with the prospering power of the universe. And as such, I now prosper in a number of ways. The totality of possibilities, infinite possibilities, lie before me. I deserve life, a good life. I deserve love, an abundance of love. I deserve good health and well-being. I deserve to live comfortably and to prosper. I deserve joy and happiness. I deserve freedom to be all that I can be. I deserve more than that. I deserve all good, and so I claim it. I claim the good that God is. I claim the vibration of love and peace and joy and well-being. And I raise my vibration so that I am a matched vibration to my heart's desire. I know that this is not only possible, but it is my reality. As I change my mind, I change my circumstances. So I rejoice. I rejoice in the infinite possibilities available to me, to all of us. I rejoice in our willingness to exercise our options, to claim the good and very good that is available to us. Oh, I just give thanks. I give thanks for the awareness that this is not only possible, but my reality. I give thanks for Heart and Soul Center of Light and all that it is always doing and being to offer the framework, the opportunity for divine transformation. It is an absolute perfect gratitude that I release this word that cannot possibly return void because it's the truth. I release it into the perfect activity of law. I am accepting it as so, knowing that it's done and done well in the divine with the living one, the strong one. This is complete. And so I seal it for all eternity by simply saying Ashe, Amen, and so it is. And so now, naturally 7.